8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, guys, after 2 days, let's go back to the game. Maybe I won't play too much. I'm tired. I don't sleep well at all these days, and I don't know. I'm just very, very tired. So yeah, I'm not gonna like speak all the time like I always do today. Maybe tomorrow. Let's continue. I don't even remember where we were.
Let me go in, look around. If it's all clear, I'll come and open the door.
I'm not sure. I don't like the idea of being out here on my own.
Be right back. Promise. I need your phone.
What for?
Flashlight. It's dark in there.
Please be quick.
Throw it to me.
So if we didn't catch it, maybe
I'm
it
in.
would be broken.
Is it safe?
Think so.
Open the door for Taylor examine. Notice of closure effective June 28, 1975. We wish to inform you that on Saturday, June 28th, the store will close. Sadly, due to the decline of business since the closure of the factory, we are unable to continue trading. However, Whitman Mart wishes to thank all its customers for their support over the years. Yours, J. Schmid, I suppose, and A. Lash, general managers. Okay. So I can't see anything else back here. It's just here nothing, and here.
Hello? Anyone there?
This reminds me of Dead by Daylight. Oh, why? I pressed it. Anyway.
Hello?
I don't understand, like I had
Who's
to be
there?
careful and I wasn't, but what was the issue? How did you get here? You gave me a shock. You gave me a shock.
You gave me a shock.
I've got rats for company. This place gives me the creeps. Okay, I've got rats for company.
I got company of the rodent variety. Relax. They look well fed. Sure thing. Hold on. I'll be right there. Will you relax? I'm coming.
That's the ghost.
Angela? How the hell?
The back door is locked. What troubles you? Tell me, what is happening?
Someone will come for me.
Calm yourself, wife. Who is coming for you?
They're talking about me. There are accusations.
Accusations of what sort?
They talk that I'm in league with the devil, that I'm guilty of witchcraft.
There's no sense in that. Who would say such a thing?
I cannot rightly say.
Confront, leave, confront.
Stay where you are.
Fine. Just tell me what's happening. How did I get here? And where the fuck is here?
Hold your tongue. You are privy to the rumours about my wife, Amy?
I don't know you. What rumors?
What rumors?
Open the door, Joseph. This instant.
Enough of your foolishness. Tell me precisely what you know.
Who the hell are you? I saw a girl demanding complaint. Who the hell are you?
What? Who the hell are you anyway?
Silence! You'll not speak the devil's language in my home.
Joseph, this ends badly if you do not open up. You will be in contempt of our warrant.
What plan do we have?
I will resolve this. My word on it.
Do not admit them.
Reverend Carver. Marshal.
I have here a legally written warrant for the arrest of Amy.
My wife has done nothing wrong.
There is a witness to your wife speaking in tongues.
Who accuses my wife?
Mary.
The word of a child condemns my wife.
You will deliver yourself into the marshal's hands for your own good.
Then I must accompany her. She will not leave my sight.
Such action will not aid your wife's cause. Trust in justice.
So they say that Amy was speaking in tongues. That's confusing because you know speaking in tongues is something that apostles did in the Bible. So why should the reverend know that somebody like brackets speaks in tongues and uses like this vocabulary? He's not using like another vocabulary, anything else, like automatic writing or whatever that is associated with witchcraft. Why would he use a phrase that it is directly connected with the Bible to accuse a woman? Like as I said, he didn't say like she did automatic writing, which is pagan. He said something that the Bible writes, and he's now tried to take her. Like that doesn't really make sense to me. I think they did a plot hole here. If you ask me how they would do it, if Persis was to arrest a person for witchcraft and the accusation had to do with speaking foreign languages, which is crazy, Persis would never admit such a thing or accuse somebody of such a thing. He doesn't really believe in such stuff, if you ask me. The worst case scenario with him would be to tell the people that Amy says she's speaking in tongues, she's crazy. He wouldn't even accuse her of witchcraft, like, or demonic possession. And yeah, I know him very well to say that. So I think the game makers here just made a plot hole by accident. Maybe they didn't know very well Christianity, I think.
I will find a way to resolve this.
Where the hell have you been? You look freaked. What's up? You saw something else, right?
They could see and hear me. I saw John and Angela, thoughtful, hesitant.
You're not gonna believe this, but I saw two people who looked like the professor and Angela.
I figured Angela was just messed up with all that double stuff, but maybe not.
Okay. They looked married. I saw Angela arrested. They looked married.
To me, it looked like they were married.
Look like John and look like Angela were an item? What kind of weird shit are we mixed up in here? We've really screwed up here. Instead of getting out of this awful place, we're right back in the middle of town.
Okay, so we're at Little Hope Police Station with Andrew, 18th of May.
What do you think?
Optimistic, let's look around. It's derelict. Doubtful, optimistic.
Let's take a look around. See what we can find. There you go. We'll be on our way from Little Hope while the others are still MIA in the woods.
Sorry.
This place is a real dump even for this shithole town.
Something up? Yeah, there's something kind of familiar about this place.
You got a big-time criminal past we don't know about? Serial jaywalker?
These small-town police stations all look the same.
Oh, it's the same. Maybe the house that we saw in the dream.
There's gotta be a phone in here someplace.
You're deluded if you think there's anything here. Place is dead, just like the rest of Little Hope.
Okay. I think it's the house that we saw in the dream. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's the police station. I don't know. He said he remembers it. I don't know. Okay.
Real nice.
Allwich Gall, built 1684, demolished 1783. In 1692, during the Little Hope witch trials, many of the accused were imprisoned here. Okay. Maybe we saw the place in a vision then.
Keep looking.
Okay. Township of Little Hope Certificate of Commendation presented to Little Hope Police Department on January 16, 1972. Officers George Reynolds and Ernie Hoffman responded to a call concerning a house fire. Arriving before the fire service, the officers, with no concern for their own safety, rushed into the house to attempt to rescue the family members trapped inside. Tragically, many lives were lost as they were beaten back by the flames. However, the mayor, chief of police, and a grateful public thanked the police department for their continued dedication to service. April 4, 1972, Samuel A. Carver, Mayor. Okay, so we see again the same Carver name, the same fire, so we circle back again and again. Okay.
Fucking thing. I thought this was our way out.
What was that? Okay, no working then.
There's gotta be something. We have a winner. Found a phone. This could be our way out. Mine's dead. Shit! Whoa! Hey! Take it easy.
Can you stop reacting to every setback like a child? Look here. The cable is missing.
There's gotta be a cable here someplace.
Okay. TC. Is it Carver again? Like his initial? Huh?
What do you think? Answer it.
I get this. I got this. Let's think about this. I got this.
I can do this. Be careful. Don't stress it, Professor.
I should not be here this day. I stand here falsely accused. By all that I
What can you hear?
I declare
The
this
woman.
trial to be unjust.
She sounds real upset.
You have to calm whoever it is down. You'll get nothing if they're hysterical.
Not all here in Little Hope are willing for the truth to out.
Impatient, I can help you. What's upsetting you? What's upsetting you?
Can you tell me what you're upset about?
As I walked, a man and a woman appeared at my front. I had not seen them approach. I reached out in fear. I did not know them. Their clothes and manner of speaking were not familiar to me.
What's going on with you? I'm going to help you.
Make sense of. I swear I don't.
Okay, it's all good. I'm gonna help you out here if I can, but I need to know your name.
I stand falsely accused of crime.
Get off of me! Come here, girl. I would speak with you. You cannot talk of our secret. Eternal damnation awaits if you do. We have an understanding, do we not?
No evil word shall leave my lips.
Should you breathe a word, or the edge of a word about the other things, then I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and bring a reckoning that will shudder you.
Now, Reverend, let us begin. Enough time has gone.
When they do that thing, these people, picking up the discussion we did the other days, when they do this, they do it because they know that I don't know how to explain it. Hold on, I will try to. Oh, I was thinking maybe downloading Minecraft here too in this SD card, but when these people, I'm picking up from where I left the discussion on these people, the PEDOS, okay, these people, when they do that to a kid, they make the child be afraid of speaking, and they use fearful language, or they normalize it. So they either say, if you speak, eternal damnation awaits, as he said, he's weaponizing God so that the girl will not speak at all. Or they say, if you speak, I will do this to you, and he said he will come at night to her. Okay. And if he is not using that, because Persis has many forms, if he doesn't do that, he will one way or the other convince the young girl that the issues she has are not issues, they are actually very normal. Okay, so he will convince her that what they are doing, it's something normal, and these people even say everybody does that, it's not only you. That's what they say. So here I will put you a snippet of what 2J said about the girl. Okay, as you can see, 2J said that the girl, he isn't sure if she's a nice girl or if she's not. He's like, I'm confused. Why he's confused? Because Persis has his manner of telling you that maybe what you believe about anything is not entirely correct. He has power, he's very strong because he's backed up by spirits. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So because he has this power inside him, because he is a spiritual person, he can convince anybody. What if the girl is actually possessed? What if she's actually witch? You won't ever think that maybe he is harming the girl. Does that make any sense? So I'm explaining this trap so you are aware how these people operate. They don't operate in the same wavelength as other people. They don't want to get caught, and the way to not get caught is to make the child silenced. But this is the reason why the child has to speak. Okay, it's just a fear tactic that mystics use usually, and it's nothing else. You shouldn't be worried about that.
Go be with you, kin. I beseech this court, and good Judge Wyman, do not be fooled by the protestations of the accused. The devil is the master of deceit. All his servants feign innocence. They can do little else.
I solemnly swear before God, I am innocent of all accusations against me.
Hush now, Amy.
What the hell should we do?
Let's get out of here. Stay quiet. Stay quiet.
We need to stay quiet. We just let this play out. See what happens.
I mean no offence, Reverend Carver. I do not believe any of my neighbours. Those who know me best will speak out against me. They know who I am. That I side with the righteous.
I will not be caught in the web of your deception. The devil hides himself where he is least expected.
My wife is no devil's plaything, Reverend. I beg the court's forgiveness, but I stand by my statement. My wife Amy is innocent.
I respectfully ask this good court to pay no mind to the words of a man whose very home is foul with the stench of brimstone.
Approach him or there. Let's go. And the girl. Let's go to the girl.
I beg you, good judge, let us conclude our business here without further ado, lest we afford the forces of darkness the opportunity to bend these proceedings to their will.
No!
Mary?
Mary, my sister, what ails you?
What the? Stay out of this.
What have you done to this child? You have bound an innocent girl into a pact with the devil himself. The poor creature seems possessed. No doubt you're doing.
It's not true, Reverend. Why have you taken against me so?
We will see the truth of it. Amy, lay your hands on Mary. Let us see what occurs. If I am correct, your touch will release her from this affliction.
What ails you?
It must be so, if you are the one who bewitched her.
I can't take much more. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone! Who speaks?
Who's there?
God preserve us.
Please.
They are here among us. They
The
are
master
here
cannot
among
help you
us.
now. It is too late.
They are here among us. They are here among us.
What more proof is needed that the devil walks among us in Little Hope? Take heed and pray. The devil is here in this very room. Protect yourselves. Seek out the Lord.
I think the girl was acting, but it's not really how these things
What the hell
go.
was that shit? Was that for real? Didn't the witch trials happen centuries ago? Most of them over 300 years ago. Then how come we just saw one? Like I say, I have no good explanation. That little girl who had some kind of seizure. What do you think was going on there?
I think that the girl I saw in the woods, the whole thing scared me. That's the girl I saw in the woods. I think she was
I know that little
acting.
girl. She's the one me and Angela saw back in the woods.
I believe she was acting because the way she acted in the end when she was standing up, and she made the deal with the reverend in the beginning. If you say something, you will be damned eternally. Do you remember? So I think it was staged to act like that. And yeah, if you are like, is this her fault? No. She's a child. And she's manipulated.
That woman, my double? What's she looking at if the trial goes against her?
The sentence for confirmed witches in Little Hope was always brutal. Violent death, drowning, hanging, burning.
Well, let's hope she is, or was, found innocent.
Accusations were often malicious, made by someone with a grudge. Or by meddling liars, like that little girl. who took perverse pleasure in poisoning their own communities.
That's out of subject. He's out of subject here. I agree. She's just a kid. She's just a kid.
Come on. She's just some little kid who most likely doesn't get how big a deal the whole thing is. She knows exactly how serious it is. Either way, the woman on trial, Angela 2.0, she seemed like she saw us. And so did some of the others.
You're right about that. They definitely saw us.
A little kid just seeing us appear out of nowhere? Could easily believe that was witchcraft, especially back then. Dream up all the excuses you want for that little kid. I don't trust her one little bit. We can't explain how we happened to see each other. How do you expect some little girl from 300 years ago to wrap her head around it?
That woman, my double, was very distressed, almost traumatized.
Yeah. It was tough to watch, for sure.
Her husband looked like you because she looked like Angela. Because her husband.
I noticed something else weird. Her husband? He looked a lot like you, Professor. The two people with that little brat look just like Daniel and Taylor. What the hell does all this mean? Who's that?
Hey, Professor! You in there?
Come on, let's go. Hey, Taylor, we're in here.
We can't open the damn doors!
We can't either. They must be locked.
Look, because the game is very getting intense, I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna play here in this console, SD card probably. So let's chat a little bit, I suppose, until it downloads. So yeah, when somebody like that did it before, like the Enlightenment, I suppose, let's say the Enlightenment, when somebody like that, like a Persis did that, I think we can actually turn off the light a little bit. They did it because they knew they have power. Do they still have power? In a sense, yes, they do, I would say. Because Persis, just because that the era changed and now we have like you know, like knowledge and science and stuff like they did back then. They weren't like in the caves, you get what I mean. There were people, but back then he was really much alone when he was speaking. Now you have atheists as well speaking, so you have more noise. That doesn't mean, however, that he is not the most powerful king of the world. As I have said, there is Creon, there is Flavius, there is Claudius, there is Laertes. There are many people that govern the world, and Persis is just the top. But now I think they are crafting something in the house above me. Anyways, so what they were doing back then when they were accusing a person, that's what I'm trying to explain. They were relying on how people were uneducated. They didn't probably read the Bible if we speak about Western Europe, okay? Because as I have said, Eastern Europe didn't do such trials. We didn't do them. My church is responsible for bad dogmas and shit and doctrines, yes, but they haven't done anything like that in Greece. They didn't accuse witches and stuff. They are very much understanding and a community. Maybe they can be harsh, maybe they can be a little bit heretical at times, I agree with that, but they are not violent. And if some priests are violent, they are individually and usually they are condemned by the entire church. The Greek church is very much against such stuff, and we never did witch trials, never. If witch trials happened, but I doubt it, I don't think that would happen without a church. in Byzantine Empire, then this happened because the emperor did something, not because the church did something. The church was always low profile in Greece, and the biggest accusation you can do against the church is that they didn't really preserve the spirit of God very well. They just tampered it and they have replaced him with the devil, but that doesn't mean that they tortured the people and shit. That's not something the church did. They are not to be blamed about that, and they've usually gloat very much about that. They say that, like in the West, Protestants and Catholics burned and killed people, and they did horrendous stuff. We never did them, and yes, they never did these things. So they didn't go to crusades and stuff. For example, crusades did our emperors. I said before, if somebody did something, then it could be the emperor, not the church. The church didn't really care about such stuff. It's very different than how the Catholic Church is and how Protestantism is. Because if you remember, for example, from West, the Pope wanted to be a supreme ruler even in the secular world, if that makes sense. So, like when the schism happened in 1054, the Patriarch didn't recognize Pope and his supreme governance over the European continent. He didn't just say no, I don't agree with the Pope. He didn't see him as a title, he saw him as a ruler, and that's very much different from what Orthodox Christians believe, okay? So when the Catholics wanted to rule the country apart from being with God, and then Protestants like Henry VIII were like, let's divorce the Catholic Church and let's become myself a secular force, head of the church. That's very much heretical for Greek Orthodox Christians, and the church didn't involve itself with the emperor of Byzantine Empire for that stuff only. So when the emperors went to the crusades, yes, I guess the church was glad that maybe we would take back stuff that we righteously had from the ancient times, maybe, but they didn't actually bless it, inspire it, promote it, and everything like that, because they are not, they don't have the right to do that. Doesn't make any sense. So back to the Western Europe, when they did that thing, let's turn it even lower. When they did that thing back in the Western Europe in that era, they were very much relying on the fact that people were illiterate, they didn't read the Bible. If they read the Bible, they read the Bible, it was in a language they couldn't really understand, okay? Latin, or maybe even the Germanic languages, who just because if the Bible, let's say in the 16th century, was in a Germanic language, that doesn't mean that a person from Germanic heritage could actually read it, because people were illiterate. This is nothing like Greece. So that's a hotel that I was fixing. Okay. So in Greece, that never happened. In Greece, they weren't such people. That's what I'm trying to say. In Greece, they how I was saying it. I'm tired as well, and I'm just trying to function. Let's go to the house. Okay. So yeah, in Greece, as I said, they didn't do such stuff. They were literate, like they were learning how to read, and apart from that, Greek is not a dead language like Latin is. Like, yes, ancient Greek is quite different from modern Greek, but it's not readable as well. Yes, it's very different. It's very much weird if you are not trained to read the ancient Greek text, but it's not unintelligible. That's what I'm trying to explain, okay? So when you saw a person from that era discussing about God, let's say a Byzantine Greek, and a Catholic, a Roman Catholic from, let's say, France, okay? nothing similar, because the Greek would know how to write their names, even if they didn't, like even the prostitutes, like Empress Theodora, the wife of Emperor Justinianos in Greek. She was a prostitute, and she also helped me write Cassia. Pretty much I was inspired. That woman, she was a prostitute before she became empress, but she knew how to write. That wasn't a thing in medieval Europe. It was in Western medieval Europe. It was a thing in Eastern medieval Europe. We weren't like that. Also, Western Europeans had baths when the Western counterparts, hope I pronounce it correctly, they didn't have baths, so they didn't shower at all. My people showered. They had like an entire system, plumbing system underneath the like Istanbul, Constantinople. For example, I'm just speaking about the capital, but that could be any city, okay, in Greece. So they knew that in Europe they don't, in Western Europe, sorry, they didn't do that, but we did it. We were very different, and all that's what I mean when I say that Persis was relying, when he made such accusation, very much on the fact that people were illiterate and they weren't exposed in the Bible. The reason that the Reformation of Luther happened was because people couldn't read the Bible. They didn't. It's quite different from Greece. So Luther read the Bible and he was like, so the Catholic Church is telling me bullshit there. They didn't know that. They couldn't have known better. But in Greece, no, you can't, because first and foremost, it's written in our language. So when you read the Bible in Greece, it's actually even the old text is again in your language, you know. So what I'm trying to say here is, let's plant some seed here, right? Oops. That, yeah, it was quite different from back then, very different. Western Europe with Catholic, Western Catholic and Protestant Europe from Eastern Orthodox Europe, quite different, okay? Very different, like two different dimensions, and that's why sometimes when I see people accusing stuff about God and the church and stuff, I'm like, yes, the Catholic Church, not the Greek Orthodox Church, for example, and I'm not even an Orthodox in that sense. Like, I very much respect Orthodoxy, but I'm not. I just love God. That's what I am, you know. So, yeah, people usually have it very wrong there. It's nothing like that with the Greek Orthodox Church. The Greek Orthodox Church is quite a paradise for farmland, for the, you know, the standards that the Europeans had in the other side, okay? So what I'm trying to say here is, apart from all this, that when the witch trials happened and people were exposed to such stuff, they could only rely on the priest. They couldn't rely at all on their own self, and I don't blame them at all for that. They couldn't know better. They couldn't have known that Persis was a fucker. How could they possibly know that? Do you understand where I'm coming from? So that's not really the issue. The issue that I you know, like I am addressing here is that when people willingly say the child is doing witchcraft, that's not knowledge that comes from God or from your heart. It's something demonic that you choose to endorse. That it doesn't have to do with qualification and stuff, and people believe such stuff at times, and it's very disheartening, hope I pronounce it correctly, like you lose heart seeing that people are so willing to accuse kids of stuff like that, even when they are suffering, just because Percy said so. Okay, doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I will finish here and then I will go probably to sleep for a minute because I'm very tired. Okay, seeds, wheat, let's put wheat. Okay. Melon. So the best solution for here is to put pots everywhere so that they don't grow. Because if I plant them, they will grow and they will become a jungle again, like the other time. Will I leave it like that, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Or maybe do this and I will close again. No. Okay, I will think about it. So I am playing for 15 minutes. I will close the video. I'm very tired for some reason. Even my character goes to bed. So I love you, hope you contact me. I will try to post something later and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.